Well, hello there, it's Andy, your lonely libertarian citizen of Simi Valley, California. California is bankrupt. It is broke. There is no more money to be had. Um, Today I went to our Comptroller John Chang's website to pull up the December 2009 summary and statement of cash flows, and I'll put a link to it, I hope, in the sidebar. Based on their projections and where they were during the last time that they did the quote unquote budget balancing, well, they're now going to be, by the end of this fiscal year, $24 billion in the hole. Now, how are they making up for that? Well, they are borrowing money. They're borrowing close to $15 billion from other internal projects where money has been appropriated in the past, and they're borrowing $8 billion in revenue anticipation loans. Now, we are coming up on the end of 6 months in the fiscal year. So at 6 months in the fiscal year, we are $24 billion in the hole. Our fiscal year starts July 1st here and ends June 30th. So we are $24 billion in the hole. And I suggest anybody who wants to see the real numbers start following the monthlies. There's a monthly report that the Comptroller puts out. It's a statement of cash flows and general revenue. And it has been in decline every single month. The only thing that went up was the sales tax. They are getting more sales tax, but if you do the math, they're actually getting less sales tax because the amount of retail sales is actually dropping. It is increasing because they raised the sales tax by 1% statewide. But if you figure, 1/5 versus 1/6, you find that is actually dropping. It is not going up. The dollar amount is going up, but the overall sales are actually dropping. So other thing was that, man, it amazes me the personal income tax receipts dropping, and of course property taxes, and the amount of new car registrations dropped drastically by like 80,000 in the last whatever the reporting was. So, November 2008 to whatever 2008. So that little statement I made before about seeing more and more people with outdated registrations, I don't know if that's figured into the number, but maybe it's a clue, possibly. So, to you Californians out there who have voted for all these Democrats to run this state into the ground, well, you get what you pay for, and you're really getting it right now. We need to, in order to return this state to prosperity, we need to cut taxes. Cut taxes across the board. I'm thinking 20 to 25% at least. We need to get rid of the retail sales tax. You can't have all three. You can't have a property tax, income tax, and retail sales tax. If you look at states that make sense, states that run good, balanced budgets, they're the ones who keep the spending down. And most of those states are states that either don't have a sales tax, or they don't have an income tax, or they don't have a or maybe they have low property taxes. But you've got to do something. You can't have all three. You've got to cut one out. So we have to make a decision, which one are we going to cut? That's the only way. I think what they ought to do is get rid of the sales tax. Lower the sales tax to 0 across the board. And then if they want to increase like the income tax a little bit, that may make a little sense if it's a question of phasing out the sales tax. But they should think about that, getting rid of the sales tax so it'll increase retail sales, because obviously it's not manufacturing in this state that's making any money. At least maybe when we get the tourists that come here, they'll think, hey, I'm on a trip, I can buy a lot of stuff. Maybe that'll help. And maybe they can even buy an extra suitcase to take it home with them, and figure if no sales tax they can pay their baggage fee. But we got to figure out something, because it's not, we're continuing down the wrong path. More and more tax is only going to hurt us. And what else do I have for you? Well, some other observations I've been seeing on my little street here. We now have I'm counting 4 regular canners. These are people who search for cans and bottles up and down our street, and now I see them pulling. It used to be they carried a bag with them. Now they've got shopping carts. So these are regulars on my street who make little rounds every day, picking up, rifling through the trash cans. That's kind of a new observation that I made. It used to be just one. There was this, or maybe 2. Now it's like 4 or 5 on a daily basis. And you got to earn a buck somehow. And then let's see, another observation that I've seen. Oh, we have a few more stores closing. That's a good thing, obviously. What store? We had a store. We have a soccer store here in town that's been running a giant closing sale. They'll probably be gone by the end of the year or beginning of next month sometime. And then I was out today somewhere and I noticed, there was a children's resale shop that has closed. They're over up the street from me, and they still have some product in their store. It looks like maybe they were locked out. I don't know, but their sign is down, and they were closed today during their regular business hours. So it looks like they're closing. And what else is here? Nail salon is closing. No one really needs their nails done. They can do it at home, I think. But there was a nail salon. So in the past week, I've noticed 3 or 4 businesses closing. How many more are there to close? I don't know. But yeah, not a good retail environment. So anyways, that's my little note to you guys. I'll put a link in the sidebar to the Comptroller's office there. And what will leave you with? Oh, well, if you guys go by Fresh and Easy, they have a deal on. Fresh and Easy is a supermarket we have here. It's kind of an up and comer. It's a British supermarket chain, Tesco, that opened it up. But they have a deal on these. And if you like flour tortillas, they are 8 for 98 cents. That's a pretty good deal, considering that usually in like the other stores you're paying $2 now for 8 flour tortillas. So this is a pretty good deal. It's just probably a 1 week or 2 week thing until they sell out of whatever stock they have. But it's a pretty good deal, and 8 for 98 cents at Fresh and Easy. So I just saved you $1 or 2 or something, whatever like that. You can get a big stack of corn tortillas too for 98 cents. So there you go. And I can't think of anything else. Oh, we got our PTA card this year. You can see it. I'm a member of the PTA. Whenever that gets me.